You know, and any politician, any school that's promoting this, you should be ashamed of yourselves. And the parents need to pull their children out of those schools. Create your own schools. You know, go find somewhere in the country that's a nice place and by the river, and create your own schools and educate your children the way they should be educated. Not in this whole government indoctrination control camp, because that's what it's all about, folks, you know. And pay attention to what's going on, because, you know, we're heading for a situation of massive food shortages, as I said, and the second wave. And the second wave, the lockdown is going to be far more extreme than the lockdown that we've just allowed ourselves to go through, if we don't start pushing back now and realizing that this social distancing, this social isolation, all of the stuff to do, they wouldn't have gone to all the trouble to put all these marks on the shopping centre floors and all these lines and all these crosses everywhere if it was just a temporary thing, folks. All these surveillance that they're rolling out, heat sensors that they're rolling out in supermarkets now, heat sensors in shopping malls.
When our visitors arrive at site, there'll be 4 triggered doors that will be operational. We will have a security presence and some customer service personnel that will be able to assist any needs of the customer.
Good morning, welcome to Into Lakeside.
We're going to utilise technology to track the amount of people that come backwards and forwards out of our centre, and through that information and through our heat mapping service we'll be able to monitor where they're going once they're in the centre.
Whoa. Oh, hold up there, Chief. What did you just say? I just want to clarify that.
We're going to utilise technology to track the amount of people that come backwards and forwards out of our centre, and through that information and through our heat mapping service we'll be able to monitor where they're going once they're in the centre.
Yeah, I thought I heard right. So just to be clear on this, we've been asked to cleanse our hands as we go into each shop. We've been asked to socially distance, socially engineer ourselves. We've been asked to be okay with all these signs around, constantly reminding us of what we should do, to now jumping onto having heat sensors tracking us. Where did that come from?
The mall itself will have a one-way system, and then when you get to the end of the malls, in certain locations we've got roundabouts, as we're calling them, so people follow the pathway with the decals on the floor.
These terms just keep getting better, don't they? Bubbles, and now it's people roundabouts, just in case you forgot which direction you need to be going. What does it remind you of?
We've taken away all of our seating to stop gatherings of visitors, and whilst we've taken it all away, we do have some specific chairs that we've got available to us at strategic points around the centre should anyone start to feel unwell during the course of their visit.
Of course, it has to be related to COVID-19, doesn't it? People don't just get unwell anymore, especially when you're in a shopping centre or around other people. No, it's not just about feeling a little bit lightheaded from maybe not having some lunch or something like that. No, you've got seating areas now, because if you start to feel unwell, it has to be related to COVID-19.
Outside each store, we put some graphics on the floor that say a starting point, and then we put 2 metre distancing measures in there, and then we're working in conjunction with each store so they will manage their queues from the front as a one-in, one-out system.
Crossing only allowed at certain points. Crossing points. You can shove this stuff where the sun don't shine. I'm certainly not rewarding this socially engineered environment with my money. I'm not fueling it. You know, I won't be visiting these places and spending my money there. It just won't happen. And until enough people start to understand and recognize that that's how it works, that money makes the world go round, then these measures will continue to be enforced. But while they have heat tracking sensors and whatever else that they've got going on at the minute, who knows where that information's going, who knows what information they've got. While all this still continues to exist, and you can forget about getting my money. It really, really is as simple as that. So keep doing it. And if enough of us don't spend in these places, then they'll soon get the message.
One way walking in shopping malls, you've got to walk in one way and stay on one side of the... Are you serious? You know, you've got to break all of these rules, folks, because they're just rules. They're not legislation, they're just rules. And if you allow them to continue, then it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Once this goes in play and people don't push back, if people can't see how they're being corralled and led and made to walk around like sheep and cover their faces with masks and can't see there's anything wrong with it and think any of this is being done for their safety or for their health, I don't know, folks, they've got rocks in their heads. You know, so it's up to us to do know and do see the truth, to push back, break the rules, and if people question us as to doing so, ask why. Ask why we need to comply with these rules, which are obviously damaging our health, how it has become possible for politicians to legislate the causation of harm, and ask people to provide us with proof of the claims they are making that any of this is being done for our health.